Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at our ongoing major winter storm. We expect major snowfall for some spots and also some now major freezing rain for not only the Carolinas, but also surrounding regions in the southeast, mid-Atlantic, and even up into the northeastern United States as well. We're expecting far more freezing rain than we even expected as of yesterday morning. So we need to talk about all these updated things in just a moment. Now, before I get into this video, be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. For today's comment of the day, I want to know, which state do you think will see the most freezing rain take place? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be picking one of those for tomorrow's video. Let's get straight into this video, and first things first, we're taking a look at our current radar imagery, and obviously the biggest thing going on here is this major storm right here, this low pressure system. This is just going to wrap around and head up just about like that. And a lot of these areas near the low pressure system is where that freezing rain is mostly going to take place in this corridor. And then most of the only snow regions are going to be a little bit further west than that and further north than that. That's going to be where most of that takes place. And then all the areas here on this eastern side are going to, for the most part, be all rain. We do obviously think that the inland New England regions will probably be snow, even if the low pressure system tracks to your west. It's not really going to play a difference there for you guys too much. Now, we do have some stormy areas as well up there for the northwest and offshore of the southeast and surrounding regions down here in the south of that low pressure system. Obviously, we also have some snow taking place here just to the east of Maine as well. So let's take a look at all these different things going on. First off, Washington, we have a little bit of storminess up here taking place for these very far northern regions of the state. Just some rain showers taking place up here. Also some snow showers here in the northeastern regions of the state. Nothing to write home about, obviously. Now, we do have this line of showers kind of heading in the direction of Southern California. Now, if this will make its way into those regions, into here, I don't really know at this point. I don't think it's... I really feel like it could dry up before then, so but it's still not really worth noting. And then before we take a look at our major storm, here's this area of heavy snowfall taking place just to the east of Maine, and it's actually drying up, as you can see, or it's kind of, reaching the edge of where the radar can even see here, because we only have radar imagery for the lower 48 here on WSV3. I will say this is that storm that was even stronger than the one we're seeing going on right now, but it was too far offshore. This would have been a huge snowstorm for a majority here of the eastern United States had it been just a little bit further westward. So that was a huge miss for cold and snow lovers. Now here's our big storm. We can see on the northern half we do have a lot of snowfall up here for areas like Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, northern Missouri as well. And then we have a lot of rainfall taking place at this point for Oklahoma, Arkansas, southern Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Mississippi. But we're going to see a lot of the rain snow line kind of just trend further and further south as the storm heads further south. So we're going to be watching for that closely. The storm is going to do a deep dive down before heading up to the northeast. So we're going to see a lot of these areas switch to snow over time. I'm sure there's a lot of accumulation taking place in these regions at this point. It's nice to see these areas actually seeing a little bit more snowfall than expected at this point. I know a lot of these people knew, there's a lot of snow lovers in that region that knew they were going to get not that much snowfall from this storm, but it looks like they've gotten a little bit more than originally anticipated, actually, which is pretty nice to see, obviously. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on, and we're going to take a look at our modeled guidance, and it's really shocking, guys, to say the least. Now, before I really dive into this modeled guidance, I wanted to let you guys know I made a Patreon post actually this morning. It's already up, so you can check it out right now. In the pinned comment down below, if you have not joined our Patreon page, you can join that today to get access to this post. But we actually talked about 2 potential upcoming snowstorms after this one. So we talked a little bit more about the extended range and when we can expect those next snowstorm threats to be. So join today. It's in the pinned comment down below and the description, and you can join today to gain access to that post. It's what I like to post on there, just some longer range stuff, just some more exclusive stuff. So if you're interested in that, again, in the pinned comment and the description. Now, we're using our NAM 3KM model right now, which is a high resolution model here. We're seeing heavy snowfall here for Missouri, Iowa, Illinois as well. in there. Let's just move this forward, and you can see it does that deep dive southward. Look, these areas switch over to snow. That's Arkansas, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas, northern Louisiana, areas like that switching over to snowfall. We see even areas in Alabama and Mississippi switching to a lot of snowfall in there. But this is when the freezing rain really becomes clear that this is going to be a major, major part of this storm. All those pinks in there likely quickly accumulating freezing rain. We do see some pockets of snowfall in there, some pockets of sleet as well. This is going to be one of the messiest storms I've seen. I mean, we see pinks, oranges, greens, blues. It's just all over the place. But by the time we're reaching about the afternoon hour of Sunday, January 16th, look at how much freezing rain is everywhere. There's more freezing rain than snow. So this is more of an ice storm than a snowstorm now. We see a 995 millibar low pressure system right here, and this is going to head pretty much directly northward, I would say. Yeah, 991. So it is intensifying now. It's over Richmond, Virginia or so. So it's headed up just like this, and it's going to continue to do so. But we see just this massive pocket of freezing rain showing up here. This is going to be devastating. You'd rather see a foot of snowfall than a half an inch of freezing rain. This is going to cause a lot more damage and problems than a foot of snowfall would. We see this move up to where it's over kind of south central Pennsylvania. We're seeing freezing rain all over the place, guys. It is all over the place for Pennsylvania, New York, New England. We are seeing some snowfall here on the back end of this, as you can see, for areas like Ohio and West Virginia, and then areas like New England. But according to this model, it's mostly going to be a freezing rainstorm. Now, that's as far as we can get on this model for now. So let's take a look at, first off, total snowfall. Kutra is going to be very crucial here. And you can see most of the highest amounts are now expected to be in here according to this model, whereas these areas are going to just be so much freezing rain that it doesn't really take place like we originally anticipated could be possible. Here's the freezing rain total, and it is going to be you're looking at basically at least a quarter of an inch to half an inch for especially these regions in here. Not north of here. So basically anywhere in here, we are taking a look at about a quarter inch to a half an inch of freezing rain or more. Even more is expected in here, up to an inch or more. This model is indicating the maximum is 2 inches plus. I don't see where that is. I guess it's somewhere in here. But I would say generally half an inch or more is possible in that heaviest pocket. Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, right up in there is where I think the worst of that freezing rain is possible to take place. Now let's kind of take a look at our European model here and just take a look at the differences. We do see the freezing rain take place, but you can see the freezing rain kind of tapers off here by this point, and we're seeing mostly snow here on our lower resolution European model. This one has the heavy snowfall really taking place. I mean, no freezing rain up there. It moves out. And if we take a look at the Kutra snowfall, I mean, way more for everywhere, basically. We're seeing tons and tons of snowfall through those regions. I'm pretty sure everybody would prefer this, or at least should prefer this. But generally at this point, if there's less freezing rain, we're expecting 15 to 25 inches of snowfall, I would say, for the bullseye. And if a lot of freezing rain takes place, maybe only 6 to 10 or 10 to 15 throughout the bullseye, with a lot of freezing rain becoming an issue as well. But on the European model, through the entire storm, you can see no freezing rain leaves this area really. There's some little pockets of it through there, but none of the major freezing rain takes place anywhere outside of this region right here. So that's the major difference here. Now I want to see, I forget if our RGEM model can, yeah, it can. So let's play out this RGEM model, because this is a great model, guys. This is my favorite model. This one has a lot of freezing rain taking place in here, but this one does taper off with a bit of that freezing rain. It does keep some heavier snowfall mixed in, at least for that region. Most of the freezing rain in this area, with a 983 millibar low pressure system, very, very strong. But this does switch over to primarily snow as we head up through the storm. The storm will be over by Tuesday, by the way. And when we take a look at that total snowfall, this model has it, much more snowfall than the NAM model, but it also has a lot more freezing rain than the European model does. We're seeing easily 10 to 20 to 25 inches throughout this region here, Western Pennsylvania, or sorry, Western New York, Western Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and then Northern West Virginia, as well as Western Maryland. Those areas is where this model has the absolute bullseye, as well as the Smoky Mountains seeing quite a bit of that snowfall as well. Now, as we take a look at the total freezing rain on this model, you can see, again, primarily this region, just like the European model and the NAM model showed, but unlike the European model, it does have some of that freezing rain creeping up into these regions, but minimal amounts, not devastating amounts. It keeps the devastating amounts down for Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. So there is major differences there. I think it's safe to say that there will be some freezing rain pretty much for most areas. There will be a significant amount for Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and possibly Georgia, as well as possibly Tennessee and Kentucky. And really anywhere can see major amounts. It just depends on those, 1 degree can make a difference. So there could be, some things that even these models are wrong on. So we need to be paying attention to that as well. And I would definitely prepare for higher snowfall totals like the RGEM and the European model are calling for. But really it could be a little bit less, and it could be more freezing rain like the NAM model is showing at this point. But that's really the only things that we're uncertain of at this point. Is those little minor details that really is considered minor details, because usually you're taking a look at a difference in, track by like 100-mile difference, things like that. We're not taking a look at that. It's will it be a minor amount of freezing rain or a major amount in here, and it's only going to be a difference of a few degrees. So that is a minor difference that would cause a major difference as far as impacts are concerned. So it's a complicated situation. Anyway, for today's Patron Highlight of the day, or sorry, for today's Confidence tab, better yet, I shouldn't get ahead of myself. We're at a 5 out of 6 still. I don't expect the track to change in any major way. I don't expect much to change in any major way, so we're at a 5 out of 6. For today's comment of the day, I asked you guys, which state do you think will see the most snowfall? And James Marr said, I believe upstate New York will get the most snowfall out of this one because they favor the westerly track the most, and I definitely agree there. For today's Patron Highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our Platinum patrons, Bill Crates, James Wade, Dovin Nagel, Lily Pan, Mandy Birchfield, Patrick Strickland, Dave Scott, and Donna Carnes as well. I'd also like to thank our Diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Colessa, Catbite, Charles Tennant, Bill Dallas, Gary's, and John Calisi also. I'd also like to thank our channel members, Catbite, Stephen Fan, and Jeremy Cox as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.